Well, good day everybody, and thanks for stopping by. Hey, today we are going to do a little cutting. As you've seen, I've been working on splitting up some red oak that I've had, and I've been trying to keep some other woods mixed in with that oak so I don't wind up with a stack of just all oak. As I've told many times, I mix all my wood, so I try to make sure I keep a good mix. And since I've split most all of the cherry with the oak that I had stacked up, I want to come out here to the log pile and cut up some more of this stuff. In this log pile there's sassafras, there's cherry, there's elm, there's some walnut, some hackberry. This front part of it here is going to be mainly sassafras, elm, and cherry. Some of the other stuff we'll get into, it's farther in the back, so we're not going to worry about what that is today. But I've got my 066 with a 28-inch bar warmed up. I just haven't, I like running that saw, so, and I haven't ran it a lot so far this year, so I figured I'd spend a little time with it today. So, gonna cut for a little while. I don't have a whole lot of free time today. I have another obligation I have to get to this afternoon, but I wanted to take a little time and do a little cutting. And while I was doing it, I figured I'd bring you all along with me. On a side note, if you stick around to the end of the video, once I get back from my other obligation today, I'm gonna do an add-on to this video of something that I purchased from another YouTube content creator. So I purchased something. Several of you guys that watch the channel may already know who Robert Little from My Busy Little Shop is. I know, like Todd at Todd's Outside Again's got stuff from him. Heath at Hardworking Man has got some stuff from Robert. And I got with Robert and asked him to make something for me. And so I was going to do a little video of what I got and what I got in the mail from Robert, and let you all see what I purchased. So just a heads up, it is definitely not firewood related, but I figured you guys might like to see some of the stuff, and it might put Robert's video of making it into a little bit of context. So anyways, we're going to get the saw fired up. We're going to get after it. take a minute and show you guys a little something. Most of you guys that have been cutting for a long time probably know this and already understand this, but for anybody that's watching that maybe is fairly new to cutting firewood, you'll hear guys talk about sharpening their chains and doing stuff to keep their chains sharp while they're cutting. And one of the reasons that obviously that your chain's gonna lose its edge just from cutting the wood over time. It is gonna cause that sharp edge to wear and to start to fold like a kitchen knife will. But another thing, if you've noticed, I've been on this sassafras here. You can see the bark is coming off as I'm cutting it. That's another spot where you're going to start noticing it'll speed up how fast your chain dulls. If you look under here, I'll try and get it under that bark. That is just a real fine gritty stuff. And if you want to know something, it's, I don't know if you'd want to call it dirt. I call it dirt. It's just where the outside of the bark, between the bark and the sap layer, is breaking down. And that stuff will really dull a chain over time. So that's one thing, like out here doing, if I was going to be out here doing this, I would probably run the file across my chain every tank full. But since I'm only going to be out here for a short while, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to pretty much cut till the chain gets dull, and then I'm going to probably be done for the day anyways today, and I'll sharpen it up in the barn one night this week after work. So I'm going to get all this stuff hauled over to the pile, and then we'll do some more cutting. So I was pointing out how that dirt under the bark as it's falling off will really dull a chain, and it has, as far as I know, I haven't hit the ground or anything. I haven't noticed any of that, but like the chain on this 066, it's really working to cut now. And if you go over it, I don't see any damage to any teeth, but they're just not sharp anymore. If you kind of run your thumb over them. So we're going to muscle through these last couple of them, and then it's going to be time for me to get out of here. So I'll probably finish up with the wood cutting, but stick around and watch the end of the video and see what I got from Robert and my busy little shop. Well, good evening. I finally got all my running around done and am back home, and as I told you at the beginning of the video, I had requested or contacted another YouTube content creator and had asked them to make something for me. And the person that I had contacted was Robert Little at My Busy Little Shop. I'll put a link to his channel in here. But I had contacted Robert because he does leather work, and I wanted a tobacco tray that I could utilize that would be easy to roll up, fold up, take with me on the go. Something that I could use to prep my pipe tobacco. So what I got and what Robert made for me. So what come in the box, pull you up here and I'll show you. So when I got the package in the mail, what showed up, all this stuff was actually flat. But I got one of Robert's little leather coins. It's got his logo and insignia on it, his maker's mark. And then if you've watched his channel, you'll see a lot of times his leather products will come. He ships them in these nice little bags, and he had a little note in there and some business cards for me. So there's Robert's business card. But anyways, tobacco tray. So this is what I got. And as you can see, there are corners in the... Oop, that one's still got a little mess on it. But I contacted Robert through Facebook and asked him if he could make these for me. And he kind of asked me some questions about size and color and that sort of stuff. And what I was asking for was this right here exactly. This is literally just a flat piece of leather. It's got the smooth, what I call the smooth side on one side and then the suede side on the other. And then he has it to where you can snap the 4 corners together and form the tray. And this is exactly what I was after. Very soft, very flexible. The suede on the back works perfect because generally when you're someplace and you're prepping tobacco, the suede side down, this will be sitting in my lap. So that suede side will help it and prevent it from slipping on your pant legs. So that works out good. And then I like the flexibility of it because when I get done, any extra or additional tobacco, I can put back, basically fold this up into a funnel, and I can put it back into the container in which it come out of. And like I said, this is exactly what I asked for, and this works perfect. It does exactly what I wanted it to. But Robert said that he was going to make it in a couple different variations, and then I could pick. And I liked his idea with the second one. So I wound up purchasing both of them from him. And his idea was he did the exact same thing, but as you can see, there's a stitch line in here. And he added another piece of leather to the back of it. And this one here is the one I've actually here at the house I use the most. It sits very flat. It's still flexible enough that I can kind of use it as a funnel. Generally, here at home when I'm prepping pipe tobacco, I don't use, I don't do it on my lap. It's usually sitting on a table or something like this. So it works out great for that. And then I can also use this, for those of you that aren't familiar with pipe tobacco, sometimes when you purchase it and you open the tin of tobacco, the tobacco will be very moist. And it smokes very hot when if it's got too much moisture in it. So a lot of times I'll use this even, I'll pour some tobacco into it and let it air out and dry out for a while before I smoke it. But anyways, so these are the 2 trays that Robert made for me. Like I said, they were exactly, this was exactly what I was after. And I really like, I never even thought about doing something like this. So when he come up with that or added that to it, I just thought that was phenomenal. And you can see this one's still, even holding it up here in my hand, it holds its shape very well. But it's still flexible enough to do what I need it to do. This one does pretty good too, but as you can see, it's pretty floppy. Which for what I wanted it for is perfect. But I really did like this other option. And if you want, at the top of the screen, I'll put a link. Robert did a video making, kind of showing him making these, so I'll put a link to that in here as well. But we'll pull this one out. And so I'll show you, I keep saying, I know a lot of you folks watching probably have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about prepping pipe tobacco. So I will show you what I use this for. So this is this is a recent tobacco that I recently purchased. And this comes in a cake form, or it starts out in a cake form. So like this tobacco is pressed into a cake, and then it is cut into these little slivers. And what you have to do is you have to rub. So this is the tobacco, and I don't know how well you can see it, it's kind of layered. And that's the different types of tobacco leaves that are in there. So For the pipe I'm going to be using, I want 2 of these little flakes. And the reason you want to use a whole flake, you don't want to just pop parts of it off. You can see it kind of pulls apart pretty easy. You don't want to just pull off pieces of that, because you won't get the full flavor of the different kinds of tobacco that's in there. The reason, or one of the benefits when they press this into this like it is and then slice it, is the oils from the different tobaccos kind of mix, and then you can get the flavors kind of fused together. And so if you don't use all of the slice, it may not taste the way it's supposed to. But anyways, so I'll set them, close up my tin real quick. So this is, I think I'm saying this right, San Sepulcro. I've never really bought a lot of small batch stuff, but this one sounded good. Let's see, it's Italian dark fired Kentucky 171, 2022 Red Virginia, a 2021 Red Virginia, and a 2019 Bright Virginia. So it's I've really liked it. Generally with a Virginia, a lot of folks will cellar this, which I did. I have several cans of it that I've got put back to let it age. But I wanted to see what it was like right out of the get-go, so I did open a can so I could try it out. But basically I'm going to take those and put them in my hand, and I'm just going to rub them together. And as you can watch in that tray, the tobacco's falling apart. And now it's almost like a kind of flake or ribbon. And now that tobacco, some folks will leave this sit out now and let it dry out a little bit. What I have found is I like it just the way it is. So I'll just utilize that, what's in there. Pull this up here so you can kind of see what's going on. So that's the whole idea behind the tobacco tray, though, is just to use that so I have a place to prep that. And then I'll pack my pipe out of that. This really nice Peterson Irish harp. I'm kind of fond of the Peterson pipes. So we'll put some of that in there. We'll just poke it down. Put a little more in, and we'll pack that in there a little tighter. Draws good, so that's all there is to it. And then those little flakes and crumbs that are still in there, I just dump that back in there. Usually when the can's empty, I'll have enough left over. You'll have enough that you can use that to kind of pack a pipe, pack a bowl with it. So anyway, so but anyways, so again, here are the tobacco trays that Robert made for me. Robert, I absolutely love them. You did a fantastic job. I got everything I wanted, and you did a fantastic job on them. So thank you, sir. Well, I hope you liked getting to see the tobacco trays that I had Robert make for me, and hope you kind of give you an idea of what they were used for. Like I said at the beginning of the video, bought some not really firewood related, just why I saved it to the end of the video. But I thought there might be some folks that might be interested in it. So I wanted to take a few minutes and show it. One thing I'll say, if you're somebody that spends a lot of time on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case may be, and you follow these content creators, and so many of these folks that are out here produce a product, are craftspeople, just absolutely talented, some of them. Kind of like Robert. I've been watching Robert do tooling on leather, and it's been incredible to watch. If you're in need of something, reach out to some of these folks that you watch on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. If there's something that they produce that you could use, buy it from them. Help support those folks so they can continue making content and buying materials and improving their craft. So I was very happy and pleased with the service, especially that I got. Robert kind of went back and forth with me to make sure I was getting what I wanted, and it was a really good experience. So thank you again, Robert. Do appreciate it. But now you kind of know, when I get done after a full day in the wood yard, busy day at work, whatever the case may be, this is probably my favorite pastime besides playing with chainsaws, is hanging out here in the barn with a good pipe, good tobacco, little bourbon, old-fashioned this evening. But that's it's kind of a good way to relax at the end of the day. So I appreciate y'all sticking around, especially if you watch through the end. Hope you enjoyed the cutting out of the log pile today. And with that being said, I will say that I hope y'all have a good week, and I'll see you soon.